Hi guys, and welcome back, and we're saying welcome back to you as well, because Gradedgem is back. Gradedgem's back, did you hear?
I did.
Did you know? We are back now. Things will turn to some sort of normality, which is really, really cool. And what this is an update video. But I wanted to actually say, first off, there will be a Q&A video for the grading service at 8 o'clock tonight, which is great. So me and Tom will be there, and actually, if you have grading service questions, from submitting to returns to anything, even if it's covered in this video, because you cannot be bothered to watch it, you can ask that in the Q&A and maybe ask some nicer things as well. Let's start off. This is the update video. So firstly, I'm going to start on some positive news. I want to say many thanks to the team here. They've worked incredibly hard, and we've actually got all collectibles and cards inputted and out to PSA before the end of the year. So we are now starting fresh.
Yeah, we got nothing here. Feels nice.
It does feel nice. It feels lovely, actually. I mean, middle of October, it was crazy. There was cards here, there, and everywhere. But I'm just glad that it's PSA's problem now. Right. Obviously, some of you might have guessed, we did not take 2 or 3 weeks holiday. What we did was we reflected after that video. That self-reflection video of what we can do better, and what we've been doing in that time is making sure all the cards are out of PSA. That's probably the biggest priority.
That's the biggest thing, yeah.
But the second priority was making sure we could relaunch. This isn't a Gradedgem 4.0 though, is it? It's just a bit.
It's like a 3.5.
3.5. So there's just some subtle changes in there that we hope are going to make the service overall better. Yeah. Looking forward to it.
I think that's pretty much it. There are some things we're going to talk about on the service level of things that we're going to talk about later. Things that I've updated already.
Timestamps below.
And timestamps.
So you'll see that.
But one of the biggest things, our biggest problem from last year was communications.
End of last year.
Yeah, end of last year. Was communications. So how are we going to solve that?
Well, I'll be back on it.
Yeah.
Quite simply, because my services won't be required elsewhere, I will be able to get back to you on emails. I'll be able to get back to you on Instagram. I'll be able to get back to you on Facebook, and you could even phone the number still. So hopefully that will just calm everyone's nerves a bit, because you'll just be able to talk directly to me, and Victoria at gradedgem.com as well will obviously still be available.
And the next big thing with communications was always been the order updates. Order updates is huge, and it's still a work in progress. It's what I've been working on for the last little bit, and I'm carrying on working on it now. It's going to be an automated system. You guys will just get weekly emails on where your order is in the process, if it is in Research and ID, if it's in grading, etc.
So direct from PSA.
Yeah.
In PSA terminology, not direct, but you know.
Yeah, pretty much. It will be taken from PSA's website and then handed directly to you. We're kind of not going to have to look at it. It's going to be literally an automatic system.
Which is great for you guys, because it means you're getting the information from PSA. It's great for us because we don't have to go through an automatic manually every single one.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a massive plus to you guys as submitters, and it's definitely something we need to build upon because of the huge increase in demand.
Yeah, when there was only a couple of orders at PSA every month, it was kind of easy.
Yeah, and you could give individual updates.
Yeah,
exactly. So we do recognise that's probably the biggest challenge moving forward, isn't it? The time scale, I mean, it's not going to be launched in Jan, to be fair, but we're hoping Feb time. That's what we're hoping for. But if it comes earlier, then great. If it comes a bit later, then please don't.
That's Connor going, Tom, how fast can you get done?
Yeah, it's not anything to do with me. It's not. It's not technically anything to do with me, really. I'll just give that looks great. Right. Next up is the turnaround times. So there is big changes here. Big changes. So PSA, they send us our emails every now and again because we're a dealer of PSA, and they basically told us on the 45-day, well, the 45-day, we know that's not true, but that's what the service is called. That's what it initially was. We got preference for the 45-day and the 20-day service, which is the Express. We were told basically not to advertise those as even credible, which obviously is the case for the 45-day. But even then, I mean, the problem is with last year was a lot of last year, the estimates are based on us, based on our experience. And because demand just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, if you called up in different times of the year, the turnaround for the same service would be different.
Yeah, well, at one point PSA was saying it's taken 6 weeks to input cards. Then all of a sudden it was 9 weeks. Then it was 12 to 13 weeks. And now it's 15 weeks.
Which we're very hopeful this is peak demand, because it was the end of the tailback of last year where Pokemon's gone crazy, and I still expect there to be a lot more submissions.
Yeah.
They've not doubled their capacity for no reason. But at the same time, we're not expecting the craziness of October and November moving into Feb, March onwards.
No, I don't think so.
So therefore, that will mean lesser demand.
Yeah.
So therefore, PSA should be able to get the cards done quicker. That's the hope. And, we'll continue to communicate with PSA. But what does that mean for the services now? What does that mean what we're telling you when you submit for the Standard and Express?
So, standard service, we've got it on the site and on the product now. It's PSA is saying it can take up to 15 weeks to input, and there is no turnaround time given. No, estimated, no accurate, no anything when it comes to turnaround time. They will just come back when they come back. And the same at the moment is for Express. Also, we know that with Express will come back faster than the standard service. And then Express Plus, we've got 1 to 2 months
after input.
After input. So,
well, and we do know that they are inputting the Express and Express Plus quicker.
Yeah, for sure.
So the Express is still definitely worthwhile, but at the same time, we don't want to be putting a definitive time scale on that. It will be considerably quicker than standard, which is great. But the problem is these are all estimations, and until we have some more information, such as all of May and June being back, then there's no point us giving you a deadline, because until those ones are back, then we can go, right, these took this long. This is a whole new turnaround time we're in. And then when we can give you that information, we will.
And if PSA give us another update, we will obviously reflect that on the website and with an update video to you guys as well.
And the order updates will help people with that as well, because they'll personally be able to see where they are. Right then, what's up next on our list of goodies?
So, people sent cards in the end of November deadline and in December, which obviously we wasn't accepting cards, or they didn't hit the requirements for the end of November deadline. Cards that we got told, stay there, and then submit them in Jan. They're going to be processed and ready for January's deadline. And cards that are to be returned will now be returned now we've hit January. We didn't want to return cards over the Christmas period. Too many problems with Royal Mail, quite honestly.
And to be fair, Christmas madness. At the end of the day, if one of those packages went missing, that would have been worst case scenario. So we want to send them out in a safer time where, there's a lot less risk involved, which I think for most, that's the right decision.
Yeah, for sure. I think so. Now, we get on to my little baby, the website. Things have changed on the website. Yeah, they don't look massively different until you click a product.
It looks cleaner immediately.
Yeah.
So remember all those services, Essentials, Preferred, Express, they're all gone in effect.
You now have 2.
Yeah, you will see some sort of terminology in it, but PSA grading is for all your standard cards, which is brilliant. I've got to say, it's absolutely brilliant. And going through the product, it just looks much better. You can literally choose what you want to do. So you can send sport, you can send normal, you can send it by different turnaround times. And, there are changes in there as well. I'll let you talk about it, maybe a bit more about the changes.
Yeah, sure. So before we had Preferred and Essentials, and there were a few moments where there was some confusion on what Preferred and Essentials meant. If you didn't go into the product, it didn't kind of explain it. It didn't explain that our terminology meant that Preferred was the same service as Essentials, just with pre-grades. So we've scrapped that, and now you choose your turnaround time, and pre-grades is an option. You can click it. If you want your cards pre-graded, you click that option, and then it adds 50p per card that you want pre-graded to the total amount of cards that are being sent to PSA. The other option now is a discount. Oh, a discount. Taking money off.
Yeah, discount.
Oh, this is good.
For semi-rigids.
Yes.
Which is an interesting topic. We've seen a lot of speculation everywhere. Everyone's worried that we're going to force a particular thing on everyone. That's not actually the case. We're really excited by GradeFit moving into this year. And we want you to be. We want submitters to be. And what this will actually mean is Gradedgem will be subsidising GradeFit in a way where you could submit with GradeFit for free.
Yes. So this is kind of a GradeFit announcement as well now.
Yes.
We will be launching GradeFit early February with a $19.99 price for 200 semi-rigids, which works out to technically just less, I believe, than 10p per semi-rigid. If you round it, it's 10p per semi-rigid.
Yeah.
If you submit with GradeFit's 2 Gradedgem, on every card that comes in a GradeFit, you get a 10 pence reduction. So that is technically free. That's a free GradeFit. You haven't had to pay for it. You've just submitted it in the correct way. other semi-rigids for January only, whilst we don't have the supply of GradeFit, we'll give you a 5p reduction in the cost. And if you submit in top loaders, that is just the standard cost. There's no deduction there because the work still has to be involved in transferring them to a semi-rigid.
And just to elaborate on that, that was always the initial aim of GradeFit.
Yeah.
It was to create a supply for all you guys submitting to us, and for us to always have a supply for ourselves in the UK and Europe and also the US. It was never to make profit.
Not really, no.
And that's that. Like GradeFit will continue with other products and options, which obviously there will be a profit incurred because we can reinvest those things. But semi-rigids, the main idea of that was to give you a supply, and we've got that now.
Yeah, and you guys can still buy semi-rigids to not submit with Gradedgem if you want to keep them for storage. And we think that £20 for 200, 10p a semi-rigid, I think that's technically cheaper than top loaders.
Yeah, and considering Gradedgem will then give you that back when you submit.
Yeah.
We hope this is going to be massively positive, and we hope you guys agree that it will be. That was the whole point of GradeFit semi-rigid in the first place. It was to give the UK, because remember before all this, you had to import card savers from America, and now we've got a fresh supply in the UK and EU, which is great. I do also want to elaborate on pre-grades just a little bit. It means for Express Plus and Express, you can actually also get a discount because you can say, I don't want pre-grades.
Yep.
So we've taken that amount off. So it's actually cheaper now to send an Express and Express Plus if you said you didn't want pre-grades, which I know was something you guys were asking for. So that's great.
Yeah, and all of this can be seen on the submission slip, or if you're submitting sports or specials, the submission forms. And there is a nice little fun option there as well now to not be in a video, which might seem as a not fun option. Why would you not want to be in a video? Quite simply, we'll be filming the submission videos at the end of every single week, and we don't have deadlines anymore. So if you want to submit, if you submit and you don't want videos and they're in semi-rigids already, the likelihood of them getting into the first order is quite high.
Yeah, it is. And the no deadlines is really important, actually, because it affected our workflow here. As many of you know, we had a deadline at the end of every month or some in the middle of the month for Express. And what would happen is we'd have some parcels coming in, trickling in, and then boom, there was a million parcels there that week. And that meant the service levels eroded a little bit.
We could get 50% of our submissions in 3 days.
Yes. So hopefully now we are encouraging you. There's no deadlines.
Yeah.
What you'll have is January submission videos, so all submissions received in January. But there's no deadlines. Like, our job is to get your cards out to PSA as soon as possible. And starting fresh, we can do that quick. I'm really looking forward to that, actually. I think that's a really good call. And then we've got Jumbos as well coming back.
Jumbos is back. We blooming love Jumbos. It's always harder to set up the video for a Jumbo because you have to have the camera considerably zoomed out. However, they're just so cool. They're so different.
They are cool.
Especially usually from Melvin.
Massive plastic slab. If you want to go see one, then go see Melvin, the PSA 1 collector.
Yeah.
With his Charizard. That was an even bigger one. But yeah, we're hoping those boxed up as you get in those collection boxes, you want to grade some. And you know what? The price is decent as well.
Yeah.
I think. So, check that out. What else is going on? We hope. That's it, really, isn't it? We just hope that with all these changes, we can give you guys a better service, and that's genuine and honest. We understand that the end of last year was challenging. It really was, because we had people wanting their returns, and then we had the submissions, and honestly, we did everything we could. But now, moving into 2021, this is all going to become a lot more manageable. You can hit us with November volumes, and we'll be fine. So, yeah, really looking forward to that. I don't think there's much else to add. Otherwise, we want to see you at 8 o'clock. Is that right?
Yeah.
For a Q&A. Ask you questions. Fire them away. Remember, Connor@gradedgem.com emails are back open. It won't be ignored. That will be a customer service point now. So, otherwise, we'll see you for returns videos and trading card talks.
And a stream later on today.
And a stream. And Tom's Takeover Thursday. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.